MPs voted yes, 230 MPs voted no. More yes than no. Still, the women's reservation will fail in Lok Sabha on April 17, 2026. How is that even possible? Is this democracy or a technical trap? This bill could have changed the future of 70 crores of Indian women. It promised 33% reservation in parliament before 2029 elections. But despite majority by support, despite majority support, it didn't pass. Today, I'll explain you what really happened, the legal truth behind this failure, and the politics, the dirty politics nobody is explaining properly. Stay till the end because this affects every citizen. First of all, what really happened? The numbers. On April 17, 2026, a new constitutional amendment bill was introduced. The proposal was simple. The proposal was simple in idea but big impact. Increase Lok Sabha seats from 543 to 850. Ensure 33% of reservation for women immediately. Apply it before the 2029 elections. Now look at the voting result. 298 said yes, 230 said no. Total voters are 528. At first glance, it looks like a clear win, right? But here is the twist. Constitutional amendment don't pass this simple majority. They require a two-third majority. That means this bill needed around 352 votes. It fell short by 54 votes, and that's why it failed. So technically more MPs supported it than opposed it, but legally it still didn't. Now, as an advocate, I'm giving you the legal awareness. Article 368 explains what. Now let's understand the law in very simple terminology. Indian Constitution has a special rule for amendments. It's called the Article 368. Article 368, it says that to change the constitution, you need majority of total strength and two-thirds of members present and voting. Why such a strict rule? Because the constitution is not an ordinary law. It protects long-term stability and prevents misuse of power. Now here is the important point I want to say. In 2023, a law was already passed. It promised 33% reservation for women, but there was a condition. What was the condition? It would be implemented only after delimitation. That means re-withdrawing the constituency after census. The 2026 bill tried to solve this delay by increasing seats, avoiding removal of the existing MPs, fast track implementation. From a legal perspective, this approach was a constitutionally possible, but politically it became controversial. Different parties raised concerns like federal balance, regional representation, sub quotas. So legally the valid idea was what, but politically it divided supports. See, 30 years of delay, 30 years of delay and debate. This issue is not now. This issue is not new. For more than 30 years, women reservation has been debated. It has been 1996, 1998, 1999, 2003, 2010. Many attempts were made. Some bills passed one house, some never reached voting. Some simple lapsed. Even today, women make up only around 14% of Lok Sabha. Compared that to panchayats where 33% of reservation exists since 1993. Studies shows better focus because of the women. There is a better focus on health and sanitation, improved education spending, more attention to the community welfare. So clearly representation does not make a difference. The real challenge has a ways the real challenge has always been how to implement it fairly and smoothly. The core issue is the law versus politics. Now let's address the real question. Why didn't the bill get enough vote? There are multiple issues. Why? Because the legal complexity, changing seat numbers, and the reservation structure. It not a simple decision. It impacts states, constituencies, representation balance, political differences. Some parties support reservation and some parties disagree with the method proposed. Delimitation debate. The 2023 law linked reservation to the delimitation, which itself a sensitive issue. Representation concerns. Some groups demand OBC subquota, regional balance. So what happened? What's happening now? Not enough consensus, and in constitutional amendments without consensus numbers don't matter. Even if the majority says yes, it still fails. What will happen next? What you will do, what I should do? So where do we go from here? The bill has been not passed, so where do we go from here? The demand for women's reservation is not over, but implementation depends on political agreement, legal clarity, timing of delimitation. So what you can do as a citizen, what I can do as citizen, stay informed. That's what I'm giving the legal awareness to the women who are watching right there. Stay informed about the constitutional provisions, follow parliamentary debates, ask your representatives about their stance, support informed discussions, not just emotional reactions, because legal change needs awareness plus participation. This is not just about one bill, it's about representation, equality, and how laws are actually passed in India. The system may feel complicated, but understanding it gives you power. If this video helped you to understand the truth behind the headlines, like, share, and subscribe to the Legal Awareness.